Hello everyone, this is Naushad from Atmata. Today I will be the presenter for today's session on concurrent designing intelligence with 3DExperience SolidWorks. So just a quick settings here using GoToWebinar. If you are not able to hear me clearly or if you want to ask any questions, you can see on the right side of your screen. There will be a typing box where you can type it, and then to view on the full screen you have to just enable the full screen mode. Okay, and then in between the session there will be polling also, so please participate in the polls to get your answers. So before starting, I just want to share a small data here on how the employees spend their time on workplace. So normally the top performing employees they spend 45% of their time on working individually and another 45% of their time working collaboratively with their teams, and another 10% on self-learning and socializing. So as you can see here, the 45% of the time they take it for individual work as we do normally, and then another 45% for collaborating with their teammates, which plays an important role for collaboration here. And as you all know that SolidWorks has multiple platforms where we have to collaborate in a single platform with our teams to have it in a clear or to avoid any miscommunications in future. So normally we used to communicate or we used to collaborate using WhatsApp or emails or phone calls, or if your colleague is nearby, we used to speak to them directly. So to just avoid all these things, we also the communication, we need to have a single platform where we will have a solution for that in this session. So here is the roadmap. Data storage, where we are storing our data. So this is one of the important thing, as it's a company asset also. So some companies store their data on the cloud, some companies store their data on the physical servers in the campus, or maybe physical servers outside their campus, and some people or some companies store their data in the local hard disks also. So we have to make sure, or we have to know that which is the safest and securest secured way to save your data. It may be a project files, or it may be SolidWorks data, or it may be company assets. So whatever the data which you are working on it should be stored securely. And the next thing is that SolidWorks with the 3DExperience. So how we are going to collaborate SolidWorks with 3DExperience? As you are very familiar with the SolidWorks Windows, and as you also know how SolidWorks graphical user interface works also, so 3DExperience will be also working inside the SolidWorks graphical user interface, which will be easy for the designers or the users of SolidWorks to proceed or to work inside the 3DExperience platform also. And we have a small sample of concurrent designing concept, which I will show in this session. So I will show you how the designers or the person who is a SolidWorks user will be coordinating with this team and will be working on a single assembly. Okay, and then recommended methodology or methods which we have to follow when you are working on that concurrent designing. And then in the end we will have queries. So this is what is the roadmap. So let's see one by one. So first thing is challenges. So what are the challenges we face when we do concurrent designing? So normally when I'm working on the SolidWorks assembly, I want my teammate also has to work on that assembly. So in one assembly, both 2 people or 3 people are working, means what are the challenges we will face normally? So the first thing is like modifications. So I have downloaded the file, or I have the file with me, or assembly file with me, and my colleague also has to work on the same assembly file. So he also has to do the modification, and I also have to do the modification. So how we are going to coordinate between them? So how I will know in what file he is working, and what are the modifications he has done, and when he is going to finish it, or many other details, So how we are going to address this? So this is one of the important thing in modification. Versions. This is another important thing in SolidWorks assembly, because maintaining versions of the SolidWorks files is not as easy as we think. because you might have done one assembly or one project before 1 year or 6 months. Again, you want to use the same assembly or that file in another project. So what you will do, you will bring back that assembly, and then you will try to do some modifications again, and then you will try to save it again in a different location. So we have to make sure that there should not be any reference. If I do any modification, the original file should not get changed. So many things has to be considered when you are doing any changes or modifications in between the versions, or when you are playing with the versions. So this is another challenge which we are going to address today here. So next thing is life cycle. Again, when you are working on a single form assembly file, you and your colleague, and you should know that once this design is done on a specific time period, I have to send it for the approval or to my supervisor or my manager. So I should know that my colleague, when he will be doing it. So I have to follow him, or I have to again sit next to him, and I have to see what he's doing and when he will finish. So to avoid all these things, you can, it is waste of time at the end of the day, and then you need to again push him, finish. All these things are it's take too much time. So what we can do is that we can sit in the SolidWorks window, and then we can just follow up all these updates in the real time, and then we can just make sure that that file has been done by you or by your colleague immediately. So reservations. So reservation means like if I'm having, again coming back to the same concept, if I'm having a SolidWorks assembly file, I want to work on some parts of that sub assembly, means I have to reserve myself that parts. So how I will know that my colleague is working on that specific components or not? So that's not possible, right? Well, so either he has to tell you verbally, or either he has to send you an email, or either he has to mention you that I'm working on this specific components like this. So in the SolidWorks window itself, with the collaboration with 3DExperience, here you will be able to see that your colleague is working on this specific parts or on a sub-assembly, and then according to that you can work on the other parts or sub-assembly of that main assembly. So these challenges is the most commonly faced by the concurrent users when they are working on the SolidWorks designs. So let's see how we can address this using 3DExperience plus SolidWorks. So let me introduce here 3DExperience SolidWorks. 3DExperience platform is completely a cloud-based collaboration solutions that has been designed exclusively for SolidWorks, where you and your design team can quickly you can create your designs, and then securely store, and then you can review and then share your design data easily. So using these two combination, where 3DExperience and SolidWorks will give a massive advantages over the solutions. So that's what we are going to see now. So let me start with the poll here first. So I just want to have a quick poll from your side. So do you need a system to manage when multiple users are working on the same assembly? That is, assembly means SolidWorks assembly, I mean here. Okay. So what I will do, I will just try to launch this poll. So please answer this poll. So I have launched the poll. I hope you must have seen the poll now on your screens. So please vote for it. Let's see how it goes. You can take 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, I can see the results. So I think still the polling is going on. Okay, great. The results are good, as I expect. Okay, I think it's done, right? So okay, so let me share this also with you. So you have, I think you can see the screen now. So 71% almost are saying yes, we need a proper system to manage this I mean, to manage the system here, and 29% no. I don't know why. I don't know why they're saying no. But anyhow, the majority here says that 71% needs a system to manage all these things or to face these challenges, because as we as SolidWorks designers, we know the pain when you're doing any changes and other systems, other files also get changed. There's a reference or backup. Many technical things are there. So we have to just make sure that everything goes smooth and everything has to be fine on at the end of the day. Anyhow, so let me move to the presentation now. Thank you very much for everyone participating on this poll. Okay, so here we have a scenario. Here we have a scenario that we have two designers. One is Don and another one is Debbie. So Don is a designer where he will be working on sub assembly of main assembly, where Debbie will be working on the main assembly itself. That is the main assembly. So what they will do is they will try to open the same assemblies and then they will try to work together, and how they are going to get the real-time updates and how they will know that what the each designers are working on each file like this. So let's see. So first thing what they will do is they will try to first download their files from the cloud. As I told you, 3DExperience is a cloud-based platform. So they will try to download their files from the assembly files from for the each designer. So what the Don do is Don will download the sub-assembly of the main assembly, and Debbie, the designer, will download the main assembly itself. Okay. So once they have done the downloading, so in the SolidWorks window, as you know, the SolidWorks window graphical user interface, so you will have a task pane on the right side of the SolidWorks window where you will be able to see the downloaded files of the once the assembly is open in the SolidWorks, where you will be able to see the files, where the status of the file, who is using it, and whether it is reserved or not, and what is the status, and all the other details here. Okay, so all these details you can see in the SolidWorks window once this file has been opened. So let's start with the designer Don. So Don is again back to the SolidWorks. He will try to search from the 3DExperience window, and he will try to download the file first. So as I told you, in the 3DExperience SolidWorks itself, you will have on the right side task pane, the 3DExperience window will be there, and then he will be searching for the component which is in the cloud, and then he will be trying to download that file inside the SolidWorks. Okay, when he is trying to open that file inside the SolidWorks, it is asking for the modes like LDR, lightweight, or resolve mode. So he's trying to select which mode he want, and then he will try to open in that specific mode. So he want to open it in a resolve mode, so he's trying to open that in the resolve mode. You can see in the it has been opened already in the SolidWorks, and then what he's trying to do is he just seeing the details of that specific sub assembly. So now what he has to do is he has to reserve this component. So then only the other users or other designers will be able to see that he is working on this specific assembly or this component like this, or sub assembly we can say. So here you can see a green key icon will be represented, that it means that this component or this sub assembly has been reserved by Don. Okay, and once he has reserved this one, now the other user, when he is opening this main assembly or this sub assembly, they will be able to see his name also in their screen. Okay, so now coming back to the Debbie, the designer. So she will be opening that main assembly in her SolidWorks in the same way as Don has done. So again, she is going to search for that main assembly here from the SolidWorks platform, and then she will be opening inside the SolidWorks in the same way as Don has done. So in the resolve mode, and once it is trying to open from the resolve mode, it will ask you for the refresh. So refreshing is nothing but it will try to refresh the data from whenever you're trying to download from the Solid 3DExperience platform. So they are trying to refresh the data, and it will give you the latest versions which is available in the from the server itself, from the 3DExperience platform. And here the important thing you can see here is that when the another designer has opened, the Debbie designer has opened, she will be able to see the reservation owner of that specific sub assembly is Don. So she knows that she cannot work on this file. now she has to work on the other components of that assembly, where if she wants to do any modifications. So until and otherwise Dawn has unreserved that component, she will be able to do the changes. Till that, she will not be able to do any changes on that specific sub assembly. So that's the important thing here. And now again, coming back to Dawn. So Don want to do some changes here. He want to do some modifications. He want to make a cut on this sub assembly. So he's just trying to do some cutting here on the both the sides of the component, where you can see in the bottom. So once it is done, he is just checking whether his modification is okay or not. And on the right side of the screen, you can see the status, where the status will be showing now in orange floppy disk, which means that this part has been modified, but it has not been saved still. And it also shows that he has modified only these two specific components. That's it. And the other components he has not modified anything. So that's why that is showing in the green tick mark. Okay. So what he has to do is that he has to save these components now in a way where it will be updated to the latest version. So he is just going to save these files to the 3DExperience platform again. So once he is saved, you can see the green tick mark symbol is there now again. So it means that all the files, whatever modification he has done, it has been updated and it has been saved up to date. So now coming back to the another designer, where she is not aware of what has changed, what changes has been done. So what she has to do is she has to refresh this 3DExperience platform again to get the latest updates here. So once she tries to refresh, she will be able to see in the status bar, this are the specific files that another designer has done. Dawn designer has made a change, and she has to get the latest version of this specific modifications in her computer, because still she is working in the older version where Dawn has done it, right? So what she will do is she will try to get the latest version or the new modified files from the server itself. So she has to click on reload from server, and then she will be able to get the updates immediately. Again, coming back to the Dawn wants to do some more modifications here. So Dawn is trying to add a logo. As you can see, the logo has been added on the component sub-assembly on both sides of the component. Again, the same steps Dawn has to do. Again, you can see the green floppy disk. So he has to save these files, and then he has to remove the reservation owner also if he has done with the modifications. Yeah, that's what he is trying to do now. So he has selected all the components, and then he is clicking unreserve. So unreserve means now this file has been modified by me, so I don't want to lock this file now, so I will release it or unreserve it, we can say. So once he click unreserve, his name will be gone, and now these files are free to work for the other designers or other users, we can say. So once he is done, so let's come back to the Debbie, the another designer. Now she wants to work on some files. So she is just trying to reserve some components in this assembly. So she will try to reserve it. So her name will be shown here as a reservation owner, as you can see here. And still Debbie is not aware of the second modification done by the Dawn. Okay, so she thinks that this was the modification done. Only one modification has been done by Dawn. So she has just now trying to do her work as it is. And then in the end of the day, when she try to save, at that time there will be a message showing that there is some new files which has been updated by Dawn, so she has to reload it again from the server, or she has to update that files from the server, you know. So here you can see, let me show you first how Debbie do some modification here. She is just trying to add some holes and some pyramids here in the top of this assembly. Yeah, it's done. And as you know, once it is done, there will be a green floppy disk symbol on the right side of the status bar. So she has to just update that to save it, to get the latest files, or to update the files here. So she has to save it now. She's going to save this one. Yeah, save it. Okay, once he is trying to save this time with the options here. Yeah, you can see here local file is not the latest version. So these are the files which the Dawn has done the changes, second changes, right? So where Debbie is not aware of that. So when she tries to save this one, automatically the software or the 3D experience platform will let her know that there is some changes done by another user. So you have to update your files to that and then you save it. So this is what she has to do now. So she will try to save these files again. So she will first cancel this one and then she will try to update this saving here. So as you can see, again this mark is there. So she has to reload from the server these files first. So she is going back to that option and then reload from the server where it will update the files. So these are the three files where the Dawn as a designer has did the second modification. Now this second modification also has been updated now. Now the Debbie as a designer can save her files easily. So now she will go to that save with options and then she will save it, and in the meantime she want to unreserve that name also. She has to remove her name from the reservation owner, so she can use this option, release reservation after save. So once she select this option, it will remove her name automatically once it is saved, you know. So as you can see now, this assembly is free for other designers. If they want to work, they can open again in the same concept in their computer inside the SolidWorks window, and then they can work on the other components or in the same components until and otherwise the reservation owner is not there. So this is how they can collaborate and then they can work in a way where they don't want to have any miscommunication and they can deliver their component for the approval process or for the managers on time. So the recommended way or the practice always as a 3DExperience platform, we recommend to work on cloud connected to the SolidWorks. I mean that you will be working in the SolidWorks, still it will be connected to the cloud with the 3DExperience platform, and then you will be opening the files directly from the 3DExperience platform, where it will show you the latest version, or if there are any files are pending, or if you want to open the files which has been done with another user. So all the details you will get it in a way how you want, where there will not be any miscommunication. Again, you need to refresh. Again, you have to make sure that the status bars status is whether it is updated or not, and always make sure that you reserve the content before doing any modifications. Again, a manual refreshing is there, and automatic refreshing is also there, where for the users, for the SolidWorks designers, where they can make sure that nothing is missed or nothing they have missed any updates on that specific assemblies and all these things. So the basic key, the key takeaways here is that 3DExperience Cloud platform is a native cloud applications where you will be always having a link to SolidWorks, where you will be working inside the graphical user interface of SolidWorks, but still you will be working in the 3DExperience also. And it's easy to collaborate between your teams, and I'm just showing you just a part of collaboration tool, but the 3DExperience platform has many other advantages when it is having collaboration with the 3D with the SolidWorks itself, you know. And always you can keep your files up to date, uh, uh, and it is already immediately available from the cloud. So just this is the end of the presentation. Just let me know if you have any questions, please. Please raise your questions. I'm just waiting for your questions. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Okay, so I have one question here. They are asking. Okay, I can see one more question. Okay, let me first address this one. So first question is that how we can move from the present move the data present data to the cloud. Okay, normally if you are having in your physical server all the data or all the files whatever you have it, we can have a meeting with you, and then we will be trying to give you the best scenarios how to move your data to the cloud. And 3D experience platform is a cloud-based solutions where it will be integrated with the SolidWorks already. I mean, it will be integrated with the SolidWorks always. So as a SolidWorks user, you will be always having this 3D experience in your SolidWorks, and then you will be working on the files. And whenever you have worked with the files, you will be pushing the files directly to the 3D experience platform. Okay, so and it's not very hard to move your data. So it's very simple, and it's easy to deploy the data migration also. Okay. Okay, I have one more question about data webinar about backup management. Yeah, sure. We will be doing this also in future. We will address your queries for sure. And so you are asking that want a webinar about backup management. Yeah, of course we can do that one. How to do the backups on the how what are the things we have to consider when we're doing the backups. For sure we will do it. And if you have any specific questions or anything related to uh, specific thing related to the SolidWorks or 3DExperience, you can let us know. We are doing these sessions every month from Atmata, and after this session, this will be posted in our YouTube channel also, where you can share it with others, and then you can see it in the YouTube channel, Atmata YouTube channel also, where it will be very helpful for you to address your queries. And any other questions from others? Please let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, I think that's all. So let me have one more poll, a quick poll. Just want to know your interest, how we want to connect us. So I will just post this. So please vote for this one. So we will be getting the results. At the end of the session, we will be getting your contact details, and then we will be contacting you on the interest how you are showing it, and we will be having a session. If you want us to have a presentation individually for your organization, or if you want to have any separate meeting, we can have it through online, or we can visit you also. Okay, I have the results here. Uh, So I have got the results. 50% of the voting has been gone to. I would like to have more information. For sure, we will send you the information through your emails which you have registered for this webinar. We will give you all the details about the 3DExperience platform and the own overview also. No issues. And I have one more question here. Can you share links of SolidWorks assembly videos? Can you share links of SolidWorks assembly video? I did not understand exactly which assembly or which videos you are asking. You mean for training or learning? Can you please elaborate this question if you, or you can send us an email uh, to get more details on the question what you have asked, please. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for joining this session. Have a good day. Happy Eid holidays. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.